What does it mean to be a true American today? This question echoes through our history. It is a question we ask ourselves in quiet moments and debate in public squares. It is not a simple question with an easy answer. Being American is not about where your ancestors came from or the color of your skin. It is not defined by one political party or a single set of beliefs. Instead, it is a shared idea, a commitment to a set of values that have guided our nation from its very beginning. It is a promise we make to each other, a journey we are all on together. The idea of America has always been a work in progress. Our history is filled with moments of great triumph and deep struggle. We have built a democracy that, while imperfect, strives to give every person a voice. We believe in the rule of law, the idea that everyone is equal before the law, yet we know that we have not always lived up to them. Our story is one of constantly trying to close the gap between our ideals and our reality. This essay is an invitation to explore that journey. It is a chance to look at who we are, where we have been, and where we want to go. To understand America, you must look at the lives of its people. We can think of our country as a great mosaic. It is a beautiful and complex picture made up of millions of tiny, unique pieces. Each piece represents a person. Each piece represents a family. Each piece represents a community. From a distance, you see one unified image, America. But when you look closer, you see the incredible diversity that makes up the whole. It includes a farmer in Iowa waking up before dawn to tend to his crops, his life tied to the rhythms of the land. It includes a tech worker in Seattle, creating new digital worlds from her laptop in a busy coffee shop. It is the immigrant family in Houston, running a small restaurant and sharing the flavors of their homeland with their new neighbors. It is the teacher in a small town in Vermont, inspiring the next generation of thinkers and leaders. The strength of this mosaic comes from its diversity. We are a nation of different regions. We are a nation of distinct cultures. We have bustling cities and quiet small towns. Our people come from every corner of the globe, bringing their traditions, bringing their foods, bringing their dreams. This mix of backgrounds and perspectives is not a weakness. It is our greatest asset. However, a mosaic is also fragile. The pieces must be held together by a strong bond. In our case, that bond is our shared commitment to our core values and to each other. Freedom is the first and most powerful word in the American story. It is the idea that sparked a revolution and has drawn people to our shores for centuries. Over generations, brave men and women fought to expand its meaning. Abolitionists fought to end the bondage of slavery. Suffragettes marched for a woman's right to vote. Civil rights leaders stood up against segregation and demanded equal rights for all. It is the freedom of a journalist to report the news without fear. It is the artist creating a challenging piece of work. But freedom is not simple. It comes with great responsibility. The freedom to speak our minds means we must also be willing to listen to others, even when we disagree. Democracy is the engine that drives the American experiment. It is the radical idea that the power to govern comes from the people themselves, through the simple but profound act of voting. They created checks and balances, with 3 branches of government, to prevent any one person or group from becoming too powerful. Democracy is visible beyond Washington, D.C., in our towns and cities. In town hall meetings where neighbors debate a new school. However, our democracy faces real challenges today. Trust in institutions is low. To keep democracy healthy, we must rebuild that trust. And most importantly, participate. Democracy is not a spectator sport. The rule of law is the invisible structure that holds our society together. It is the simple but profound idea that everyone is accountable to the law. No one is above the law. We rely on the rule of law every single day, often without even thinking about it. But like our other values, the ideal of equal justice under law has not always been a reality. The ongoing struggle is to ensure that the law is truly applied equally to everyone. This means working to reform our criminal justice system, ensuring access to legal help for all. While freedom and individualism are central to the American identity, so is the spirit of community. From the very beginning, Americans have understood that we cannot succeed alone. This spirit of mutual support is a deep and enduring American value. The spirit of community shows itself in countless small, everyday acts. In recent years, however, many have worried that this spirit of community is weakening. Rebuilding our sense of community is one of the most important tasks we face. It means putting down our phones and having real conversations. In a towering apartment building in Chicago, a young lawyer named Sarah starts her day before the sun rises. Her morning is a carefully timed sequence of events. Her commute on the L train is a microcosm of the urban mosaic, a crowded space where people stand shoulder to shoulder. Hundreds of miles away, in a quiet suburb of Atlanta, Mark's morning unfolds at a different pace. His alarm is the sound of his children getting ready for school. He volunteers to coach his daughter's softball team, an everyday act of civic engagement that builds character and connection. In rural Nebraska, a farmer named David is the third generation to work his family's land. His day starts not with a digital alarm, but with the first light of dawn. His work is physical and demanding. This life is a profound expression of independence and self-reliance. Further west, in a small town in Wyoming, Maria works as a guide for tourists who come to see the majestic mountains. Her work represents the evolving American economy, where new industries rise from the ashes of the old, adapting to changing times while trying to honor the past. In a vibrant, bustling neighborhood in Queens, New York, a family from El Salvador runs a small pupuseria. Their children, who attend the local public school, are learning in English while speaking Spanish at home. They are living between two cultures, weaving them together to form a new, uniquely American identity. Across the country in Dearborn, Michigan, a young engineer named Fatima, whose parents immigrated from Lebanon, is working on the next generation of electric vehicles. Her story highlights another crucial aspect of the immigrant experience: the immense contribution of new Americans to science, to technology, and to the arts. She is a living example of how diversity fuels creativity and progress. Our American mosaic is showing signs of cracking. One of the deepest and most dangerous cracks is political polarization. It is the growing sense that we live in two different countries. This deep division is fueled by a profound loss of trust. Online, the problem is even worse. Anonymity can encourage our worst impulses. A holiday family dinner can turn into a shouting match over politics. We are forgetting how to disagree respectfully. Another major challenge facing our nation is the growing gap between the rich and the poor. A child's zip code can have a greater impact on their future success than their talent or effort. For others, it is an America of constant struggle, where one unexpected medical bill or car repair can lead to financial disaster. This inequality weakens the bonds of community. When the rich and the poor live in completely separate worlds, they lose a sense of shared fate. A quieter but equally serious challenge is unfolding: the decline of our civic life. In many communities, Americans are less involved than they were in the past. Our lives are busier. The rise of digital entertainment and social media means we can be entertained and connected from our own homes, reducing the need to engage with people face to face. When we are not engaged in our communities, problems go unsolved. Local parks may fall into disrepair. The work of healing our nation does not begin in the halls of Congress. It begins in our own neighborhoods. The first step is practical and personal. We must reinvest in our local communities. Second, commit to practicing the skills of democratic citizenship. Learn how to disagree without being disagreeable. Listen with the intent to understand. Be a critical consumer of information. Finally, celebrate the small acts of citizenship that hold our mosaic together. These often unseen actions are the lifeblood of a strong society. Being a true American is not a destination we arrive at, but a journey we are all on together. It is the daily effort to live up to our nation's highest ideals of freedom, democracy, rule of law, and community. The cracks in our foundation are real, but they are not beyond repair. We have done it by appealing to what Abraham Lincoln called the better angels of our nature. We have done it by remembering that we have more in common than what divides us. Being a true American is a hopeful calling. It is an invitation to each of us to add our own unique tile to the magnificent, ever-evolving American mosaic. It is a promise that, together, we can build a more perfect union and a brighter future for all. The journey continues, and it calls for every one of us to join in. Please go to Givehopeandlove.com. Thank you for listening. God bless America.